Okay, so let me clarify what a fem guy is exactly without going into gobs and gobs of information, but at least so you can just identify them. And by the way, there are two types. There's European fem guy and the American all brand fem. The American, North American type fem guys are a much more infantile energy where they will have a hissy fit, take a temper tantrum. So if you don't like porn, if you don't like this, they're like, what am I, like a piece of shit? Like I can't have my own freedom? Like I have to tiptoe around you? Like what's wrong with you? Don't be insecure and all that kind of stuff. The feminine energy in a European man, because there is a distinction of the masculine and feminine plurals in their language, so that distinction is practiced out daily. It keeps the gentleness more on the feminine side and the masculine more on the masculine side. So those femme guys act out in a separate way. They just will pull a disappearing act, and they will hope that you miss them long enough for you to call them and say, hey, I haven't heard from you. You said you'd call me later. Oh, and if you're not in a pattern where later you actually talk, so someone will say the convenient and very applicable, I'll call you later, because that's when they always call you. When a guy randomly says to you, especially after you bombard him with questions, okay, so you know what, enough questions, or I gotta go, or I'm busy, I'll call you later. That means he won't call you later. It's the same thing like when people talk to you and then you say goodbye, and then you're like, okay, so you'll call me. Okay, so you'll do this thing for me. Okay, so you are going to go do this. They'll be like, for sure. Oh, and we're going to hang out together. For sure, I'll call you next week. For sure means not sure and not happening. Later means not later and not happening. And again, to be specific, it is not when you're accustomed to speaking or seeing a person later, where they've established that pattern that later is when you speak. It's when someone who never says it all of a sudden says, okay, I'll talk to you later, and then just, he ghosts. You don't know what's happened. And if it's a European femme guy, he's waiting for you to start chasing him because you've started to command, or more like demand, more things you want up front that he's not happy with. The other femme guy that is more the North American brand, he's just going to be much more emotional, much more feels in his head, and much more demonstrative in showing you that he dislikes, that he now has to give some.